It's that time of the year again where we start to talk about the city fireworks display. Of course, that's July 4th, and we have with us the mayor of Chillicothe, Mr. Luke Feeney. Also, we have with us the president of Chillicothe Rotary, the noontime edition, and that is Mr. Bill Knoles. Thank you for coming in. We're going to talk about the financial side of the fireworks display coming your way in just a moment, right after this from Adina Health.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Adina Health is the big sponsor for the finale for the fireworks display, which everyone will get a chance to enjoy come July 4th. And gentlemen, as we have had you in before in previous years, this has been a wonderful relationship between the city and Chillicothe Rotary.
It's been fantastic. I think we've mentioned in the past that the city's not built for fundraising, and Rotary really is built for philanthropy. And they've taken Chillicothe Fireworks just to the next level, 3 or 4 times as big as they were just a few years ago. So an incredible partnership and just something that's fantastic for the community.
Yeah. Was it 2019, I think, that we had a visit to Noontime Rotary, and Brian Knoles was there to make this presentation?
I believe it was, and what I can't remember, and I should know, Dan, and I don't, is whether we were doing the fundraising arm in 19. I believe, and the mayor and I were talking about it, I think this is our 3rd year of what I will call significant levels of fundraising for Rotary and the city.
Yeah, but before, it was pretty much a firework would go up, it would go off, and you'd sit and wait for the next one. And
well,
then
no, wait.
No, but the budget was, we can go to extremes, and it was $15,000. Doesn't put on a really nice show, does it?
Well, I would say nice, but not spectacular, which is what we have now. I mean, just for reference, the finale, the sponsorship of the finale by Adina Health is $10,000. Right. The total show used to be $15,000. So that just tells you the level of the finale that we're getting now is it's just incredible, the support from the community.
Yeah. Not only that, but the show in between. I mean, it's constant fireworks from the word go.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's only possible because of these sponsors, and whether you're watching from the flood wall or at the pool or anywhere else in town, not only do you get to see the display, but really get to feel it because of the spectacular nature of some of these shells.
Yeah. And we had Doug Blue and Brian Knoles in last week to talk about this. And Doug says, I'm all about salutes. And the salutes is the big, loud bangs, and you feel them through your chest. It's incredible. You've been involved with these guys for a number of years, haven't you?
My brother, Brian, he's been blowing things up since he was 3 or 4 years old, Dan. But he really has always been a pyro guy. I'm not so much the pyro guy, but I like watching. So, and I guess I'm the guy that goes out and knows how to raise money. So that's my contribution to the cause.
Rotary has also enjoyed this because I know everybody in Rotary loves to watch fireworks, but they've stepped up to help in raising money. Yeah,
Noon Rotary Club, they let me start an effort. I think it was, I'm pretty sure, Dan, it was 3 years ago. But we have tried to reach out to the community. And at some point, Dan, I want to go through the list of folks that have contributed. But the community, with most things, has been just unbelievable on their support. Mayor mentioned Adina. Adina has been, I know, 3 years with the finale. And the finale is kind of a key component to fireworks shows. That's what everybody remembers is the finale. But they've been great, and there's others that have certainly stepped up for the cause too.
I haven't been in the city pool for quite some time to watch the fireworks because I've been down at Ground Zero. And to hear the crowd that's along the flood wall, once that finale is done, that small roar just makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah. It really is a cool thing, and I think what's neat is families have different traditions in the city. So some like to be on the flood wall, some like to go to the pool. The park from probably about 9 in the morning that day will be packed. Shelters are reserved early in the year. And just all over town, I think the 4th of July is a day that people look forward to, and the fireworks cap it off.
What do other cities say about Chillicothe now? The last couple of years we've been putting this on. It's not what it used to be. I mean, it used to be a decent show, but now it's spectacular, as you said. Yeah,
I think, one of the things that we notice is more and more folks coming from out of town to watch the show. You'll find downtown pretty busy. This week, Independence Day is a Thursday. So one of the things that, we are very aware of is trying to match up events like the 4th of July with downtown businesses and the community and get businesses going. But I think that because of the nature of the donations and the nature of the help from Rotary, we've reached something pretty special here. We're not red, white, and boom scale, but for Southern Ohio, I think we're the biggest and the best. And so that's attracting our neighboring communities to come watch our display.
Yeah. And if you didn't get enough during Red, White, and Boom on Wednesday, come to Chillicothe, and you're going to get your fill there as well.
That's exactly right.
Because Brian has told us that it's about the same, isn't it? The same amount of fireworks.
Actually, Brian will brag that the shells they shoot off at the park are 8s, and I believe Red, White, and Booms are 6. So, 6-inch shells. So, he's pretty proud of that. They shoot some decent-sized shells.
Yeah, and if you want to see the size of those shells, Brian brought some in last week, and they range from these little guys like this to, well, he did have one about this size, and I thought, my goodness, if that thing goes off, watch out.
Yeah, he's not allowed to shoot off the 16-inchers, but he has. Those make a boom, yes.
If we could talk about the folks who are helping make this happen financially.
Yeah, I'm going to put my glasses on so I don't screw this up, Dan.
Sure.
I want to get the list right. We mentioned Adina. Adina did sponsor for the finale, and that was a huge $10,000 commitment, and Adina has been just super with contributing to that, and that's like we said, a big part of the show. Homeland Credit Union, another large sponsor. They're kicking in $5,000, and that's again tremendous. That helps perpetuate and get the ball rolling as far as going to folks for fundraising. Petland has always been connected with it. They were a Thomas Worthington, we call it Thomas Worthington sponsor, $2,500. The Hernstein Family Fund kicked in $2,500. Veterans of Foreign Wars, I need to mention that. Veterans of Foreign Wars and the American Legion Post 62 each kicked in $2,500. That's $5,000 from our veterans, and that is just huge towards the fundraising efforts for the fireworks. The Sparkle Levels, which is $1,000, is Norse. The Norse family of dealerships, they kicked in $1,000. Pathways Financial Credit Union, that's a Columbus-based credit union, kicked in $1,000. Hernstein Auto Group kicked in $1,000. Kingston National Bank $1,000. Scioto Society kicked in $1,000, and the Ross County Banking Center kicked in $1,000. So those were our major level sponsors. We had some patron sponsors too that are less than $1,000, greater than 100 or 100 or greater. Globe Furniture contributed to that. John and Lynn Street was part of that effort. Coleman Insurance and McDonald's caps that out. So again, thank you to all those folks. And the mayor was mentioning that we are kind of at the end of our fundraising effort for this year as far as getting publicity for the 2024 show. But the mayor, I think, is still willing to take some checks.
Well, yeah, and what I'll mention is that what this allows us to do, what people don't realize is we enter into a contract for the purchase of these fireworks pretty early in the year. And so the partnership with Rotary has enabled us to enter into that contract with confidence that we're going to get to a $50,000 threshold. City Council a little bit reluctant to pledge $50,000 of taxpayer money, but that partnership has worked out well. And so while you heard the list of businesses and philanthropic funds, think about committing or thinking about your next year budget and being prepared to commit that check to Rotary next year. And, we'll have the pool party. That's a $15 entry fee. You get, the snacks and the hot dogs and the pop and swimming and, watch under the fireworks there. But any contributions that come in through this year will be applied to next year's fireworks. And that helps us to sustain and make it a continuing event. And that's really the goal, is avoiding sort of the roller coaster of a good year and a bad year. We want to build and build and build and grow. And that's what we've been able to do with partnership with Noon Rotary and these incredible sponsors.
I know back in the late 90s when we started doing the fundraising and everything through the radio station, it was tough because people weren't donating the way we had hoped that they would, and then there'd be a mad rush. Well, this gives you a better planning for your budgeting for the next year.
Absolutely. I mean, you think about post-2020 and supply chains and that sort of thing, because we order from a supplier, the supplier has to get their fireworks, and just helps us plan in advance. And not to mention, we buy the fireworks from one place, but it's actually a pyrotechnic club that sets them off, so they need to plan. It's computerized. So this isn't just something that you go down the street and pick up your fireworks that evening and we light them off. There's quite a bit of planning that goes into it. Not to mention the logistics of getting in and out of the park, all the work that the police do to make everybody safe that night. A lot goes into this evening, and we're very appreciative to Noon Rotary and all those sponsors for making it happen.
Got to give a shout out to Jeff Carmen, because we're talking about your exit plan. It's so smooth leaving after the fireworks. It's amazing. It's
funny how many people notice that now, because I think there was a pretty big traffic jam for several years, but Jeff got together with police chief, and they set a plan, to convert some roads to one way to really get people in and out quickly. And so I think in the past, maybe people were reluctant to come down to the park or a little nervous about traffic. But now, even with more people coming in from out of town, the exit and the safety in the evening is smooth, and really caps off the night nicely.
So many people that want to watch along the flood wall, you can go to Chillicothe High School and you can park in the parking lots there. You can park down in the city park and find your way to the flood wall. But I'm telling you, if you've never been on the flood wall to watch the fire, that's the place to watch the fireworks display. But it's good anywhere because they're lofted high enough, because you got the money behind it.
Yeah, my brother will tell you they have more or less eliminated the ground effects because folks on the outlying areas couldn't see them. So they wanted to use the money for bang for the buck. No, I guess a pun was intended. But, yeah, they have kind of went away from the ground effects. But the flood wall is still where you want to see them. There's no question.
Absolutely. Yeah. Again, but if you're in the shopping mall parks over across the river, you'll be able to see the fireworks display without a problem. And we'll tell you once again, if you're listening to the radio station, which is WKKJ, you want to listen to an actual radio, not on iHeart, the app, because there's a 12-second delay. So we want to make it easy so that the music matches with. It
might be interesting, Dan, to watch it with the 12. I don't know. It could be.
It might be a little chaotic at time too. So
you'd miss the finale.
Precisely. So if you want to make a donation for the 2025 display, in the memo portion, just write fireworks, right?
That's right.
For the city of Chillicothe.
Yeah, and if you get them to Rotary, it'll find its way where it needs to go. Yeah, we're not turning away money. That's for sure.
And I think that because of Rotary being a 501c3 nonprofit, a lot of folks tend to trend towards that contribution. The city's definitely fine with that because they know if you put it in the memo, that's where it goes, and they'll save it for next year.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Anything we've missed?
Just thank you again to the sponsors. See it on Independence Day. A reminder that our tradition is Independence Day. We do the fourth on the 4th, and lots of people ask that every year. Fireworks will be on the 4th again this year.
I just I want to thank the mayor because the partnership has been a lot of fun. It's been a very seamless deal as far as Rotary is concerned, and we've enjoyed it.
And Rotary makes it easy. And thanks for having us on to talk about it.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely.
But one thing I do want to ask and get your opinion on this real quick before we wrap up. The governor and the state, of course, has you can shoot independent fireworks between these dates. How does the mayor feel about that to kind of throw out a little warning to everyone?
Yeah, there was a law change a few years ago. We haven't had much trouble in town with it. You hear sort of get close to these days, and every once in a while I hear things pop up. The main thing that we want to emphasize is safety. Follow the law, but safety first. And police and fire will be called if there's too much commotion. But mostly enjoy the show we put on. It's hard to beat.
Absolutely. All right. Appreciate it. That's our public service we wanted to throw out to you there. All right. That's it for this particular segment. It is Litter Media Live, presented by Adina Health. Thank you again, Bill Knoles, and also Mayor Luke Feeney.